The Daimler Kardan truck of 1899 is among the earliest motorized trucks ever built. It represents the third version of the original Daimler truck, first introduced in 1896, and today it belongs to the classic collection of Mercedes-Benz trucks. This particular version, equipped with a Cardan shaft drive, was produced by Daimler Motorengesellschaft in Cannstatt, Germany. Just 3 years earlier, Daimler had tested its first truck, which famously ran on petrol bought from a pharmacy. At that time, automobiles of any kind were a rare sight. Horse-drawn carriages were still the dominant form of transportation, especially in cities, while long-distance cargo was moved by rail or ship. According to a factory record dated March 11, 1899, this Daimler Kardan truck was delivered to the Stuttgart Waterworks, where it served reliably until 1923, an impressive 24 years of active duty. A surviving photograph from that period shows the vehicle in a tunnel near Cannstatter Bahnhof, with the driver seated on an open bench at the front and a worker standing on the rear platform beside massive tools, a vise, pipe cutter, and thread cutter, essential gear at the time for installing metal water pipes. After its retirement in 1923, the truck was returned to Daimler and became part of its historical collection. But in 1944, as bombing intensified over Stuttgart, the vehicle was moved for safekeeping to Dresden. During the decades of East German occupation, all efforts to retrieve it failed, until the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. After 2 years of negotiations, Daimler-Benz reached an agreement with the Free State of Saxony in 1991 and reclaimed 16 historical vehicles, including the 1899 Cardan truck. Today, it is preserved in the Mercedes-Benz Trucks Classic Collection. Visually, the Daimler Kardan truck resembles a horse-drawn wagon, a large platform on wooden wheels, but without the shafts for horses. Mechanically, however, it was a significant advancement. Unlike earlier Daimler trucks with rear or underseat engines, this model had its engine mounted in the front, above the front axle, which improved cargo access at the rear. It was also the first Daimler truck to feature wheel steering instead of chain-operated controls, offering better maneuverability. Power was transmitted through a gear-driven Cardan shaft, a system that anticipated modern transmission technology. The braking system, which acted on both rear wheels and the reduction gear, was also well ahead of its time. Rear axle-only brakes would remain common for many years. Another technical highlight was the tube radiator for engine cooling, a rare feature in 1899, and the addition of electric ignition, which replaced the dangerous hot tube ignition methods of the time. Those earlier systems often blackened the front of the vehicle and made visibility poor due to smoke. In a Daimler sales brochure from that era, the truck was offered with either a 2-cylinder or 4-cylinder engine, rated at 4, 6, 8, 10, or 12 horsepower. Payload capacities ranged from 1,550 kilograms to 5,000 kilograms. The wheels were fitted with iron tires, which made for an extremely noisy ride over the cobblestone streets typical of that time. Only 3 years after Daimler introduced the world's first truck, this 1899 Cardan model already showcased massive technological progress, much of which still echoes in truck design today. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep bringing you more forgotten gems from the world of transportation history.